Hi HipKit friends, I'm excited to be here with you today to share another layout for the HipKit design team. Today I am going to be featuring one of the beautiful stencils that was in the July kits, and it is called Waves. So it's a pretty simple name and totally describes what it is. So here I have taken the stencil. I'm using mixed media white cardstock on the background. And then I am also using the Lindy's magical powders that were in the July color kit. So this one is called Dip-a-Toe Teal. And what I did is I put a little water in my paint tray, and then I used a spoon to spoon in some of the Magical's powders and then mixed it. And then I'm using just an ink dauber, ink blending tool to add it on through the stencil. So that helps me get the color exactly where I want it to go, and helps me keep those lines pretty clean and crisp. If I were to just like use a paintbrush with that Lindy's magical powders with the stencil, it would bleed all underneath the stencil. So I did want it to bleed a little bit. I did like kind of push down a little bit with the ink blending tool, but I still wanted the white lines to be visible. So that is what I did. And then I also am using my paintbrush to add some splatters, because while I wanted those crisp white lines, I didn't want it to be perfect. I don't like anything to look too perfect or too clean. I kind of like a messy mixed media background. So I'm using my paintbrush to just splatter some of that extra color on. And I love how in those places where I did splatter that color, it has lots of shimmer and shine. So that's a great little tip there to help add a little more sparkle to your layout. And then this next thing that I'm going to be doing, this is just a sun stencil from my stash, and I am using the Magical's Teeny Weeny Bikini color. So that's kind of an orangey, yellowish color, and it also has a lot of super great shimmer and shine. So I added that on in a similar way with an ink blending tool. And it's really just a foam, like a foam dauber. And then I also am adding splatters of that color as well with my paintbrush. So I'm gonna set all of that off to dry. And then by the magic of video, here it is dry. So I did set it off for a little while so that all the colors would stay where they were supposed to when I'm working on the other parts. So here I did take my 3 photos that I'm gonna be working on, and these are still from Jamaica. Just when I thought I was done scrapbooking this trip, I found more photos that I had not done. So here I am doing another Jamaica layout, but the colors in the July kits are perfect and beautiful for lots of great summer beachy layouts, or any other summer layout really, but perfect for me with all of my summer layouts that I need to, or beachy layouts that I need to do. So here I backed the photos on one piece of pink patterned paper, and then I put a little craft foam behind them and then added them on top of another piece of patterned paper. So I am distressing the edges of each of those layers as I go. And then I'm going to be adding that kind of right there. That's really where it's going to end up going. But I do want to layer some things behind. So I'm going to go through the ephemera sets. I'm telling you, there's great colors, lots and lots of happy colors, and lots of great vacation terms, beach terms, all kinds of great things to use for summer layouts. This is the chipboard set that was in, I think this is the ephemera kit that the chipboard set came out of. I mean, embellishment kit, not ephemera kit, the embellishment kit. And then I'm also going to be using some of these words. So right now what I've done is I've just pulled out a bunch of stuff that I think I might want to use, and I'm kind of setting it off to the side while I decide what's going to go where. So I know that I want those frames to go there, but the orange was kind of getting lost in front of the waves. So I'm going to distress the edges of the frame. It's just a cardstock frame from the ephemera, one of the ephemera sets. So I'm distressing the inside, like the inner edge of the frame, and then I'm going to back it with the same, or actually no, a different piece of pink patterned paper. than what I did on my photos, but it's similar colors. So I just put the pink pattern paper behind the frame, and then I'm going to end up layering that back there. And now you can tell that you can see that a lot easier than you could before. Before it was kind of getting lost. So by adding another contrasting color that contrasts the color of the waves, you can see it easier. And I'm going to add one more layer of craft foam. So the photos do end up having, there's a layer of craft foam between the patterned papers and then behind the bottom pattern paper. So those are sitting up pretty far, which I love. Lots of great dimension on a layout. So then I trimmed down to just the pieces that I need. And again, that blue frame sort of seemed like it was getting lost a little bit. So I'm taking a yellow, which is another contrasting color, on top of all of those other ones. I'm going to trim that down and then kind of have that poking out from behind the photos. And then because I cut the frame, instead of just putting the whole thing behind the photos, I just used the piece that I needed. I can use another piece of it for the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing, put yellow paper behind it. And that yellow paper is from the cardstock kit. Lots of great vibrant colors in the cardstock kit this month. Sorry, my head's in there. I'm trying to make sure it's straight. All right, and then I'm going to start adding bunches of embellishments. I love these layered stickers with all of these super cute umbrellas that are bright, bold colors. So I'm going to stick one right up there. And my photos have, I actually think the umbrellas in the photos are down, but we were sitting under umbrellas on this day that we spent on the beach. So that was perfect for the layout. And then the little chipboard phrases that I'm putting on top of the photos right there, kind of offset to the right. One of them says beautiful sunny days, and then one of them says the good life. So here I took some flowers from the ephemera, one of the ephemera sets. They did have white borders on them, so I did fussy cut around those just to take the white borders off. And then I'm going to layer those up around that umbrella at the top. And I pulled off some more of those layered stickers, some of the flowers from that set. And then the leaf, I realized after I had already put some of those down, I wanted to add that leaf just as another contrasting color to kind of draw your eye up there. So I went ahead and stuck that down and then stuck one of the layered stickers back on top of it. And then now I'm going to build my title. So that beach chipboard piece is super cute. It's kind of like, it's hard to tell in the video, but it's kind of an orangey, corally color, the letters, and then it has different colored dots in between each letter. So it's super cute and matches all of the colors in the layout. So I did use that foam sticker that says adventure. And I thought I might use the word vacation, like vacation adventure, but those colors were too close together. It was kind of a pink and a corally color, and I didn't like those next to each other. So I'm going to use adventure, and then I'm going to put fun. So the title is going to be Fun Beach Adventure. And I love to mix, when I'm making titles, I love to mix cursive fonts with print fonts. I love how that looks to mix those together. So the beach is in kind of block capital letters, and I love how that looks next to all of those cursive words. And then here I'm going to added in just a little tag, just part of a tag. So it's kind of a florally tag. So I cut off the piece that you would see so that I can use that on the layout, and then the rest of it I can save for something else or have it somewhere else in the layout. I don't end up using it on this layout. So just the piece that you can see right there. And then I've got some of these ephemera pieces. The one that I'm adding right now says feeling the vibes. And then a little beach ball. I thought that beach ball was super cute. There's also a foam sticker that matches that beach ball that I'm going to use hopefully on another layout. And this is a foam little blue hibiscus flower that I'm adding on top of that tag. And all of these embellishments that I'm adding, as I layer them on, I do put craft foam in between the layers, just because that helps it set apart from set each thing apart from one another. So when you're looking at it in real life, you can kind of tell that there's dimension and different layers there, so it doesn't kind of all melt together. Okay, and then I really wanted these little fish on the layout, so trimmed off the white border. I'm going to pop him up on craft foam. So I've got an orange fish there, and then I'm going to add a couple of little teeny tiny chipboard fish that I had pulled out. So one of them is pink, and then I'm going to add a little blue guy. And I thought I might add that pink foam sticker, but I ended up taking that off. So here what I do use from that foam sticker sheet is there's little stickers that look like water splashes. So I have those on either side of the fish, so it kind of looks like the water is splashing around the little fish. And in there is a close-up of that, so you'll be able to see that. I'm going to add a couple little more hearts up there, and then the word that I'm adding, that third little word chipboard piece, says happy. And we definitely were happy during our time in Jamaica. So here I'm also going to add 3 little hearts around those words, because that top picture is a picture of my son and daughter, and they're standing so sweetly. They weren't sweet to each other the entire time on the trip, but I tried to catch it every time they were in photos. So that is a time that they were being sweet to each other and standing and smiling for me. So I have little hearts around that. And then I'm going to add some thread through that tag, through the hole on the tag. And sometimes I just add little pieces of thread, like a little short piece of thread to the tag, but this time I kind of wanted that contrasting color of the yellow down there, so I went ahead and kept it long, and then just used a couple little dots of glue here and there to help the thread look how I wanted it to look. So I wanted it to have that loop that it's got there, and then I wanted the bottom of the thread to kind of curl around, so it sort of looks like it might have fallen that way, but it's glued down. So I have it looking just exactly the way I want it to. And I'm just using like a little embossing stylus to help me push it down into the glue. And you can't see that when it's finished at all. And then I'm adding two more little phrase foam stickers. So one of them says love in summer, and then the other one says living our best life. And then to finish off the layout here, I took these Nuvo crystal drops, and those look like water. When they dry, they're transparent. So they're blue. They have like a light turquoisey blue color, but they dry very transparent. So that's perfect for a water. You can see those down there. The water splashes, and then the Nuvo drops, it looks like water down there on that bottom part of the layout. And then here's some more close-ups. You can see all the shimmer from the Lindy's Magicals. And then a few more water drops up there. And that is the layout. I hope you enjoyed the process. I do have links down below if you'd like to order the kits, and I encourage you to do that. There's lots of beautiful things in the July kits, and in the August kits, if you saw the preview coming up, those are going to be just as gorgeous. So I hope you will click on those links and check it out and become a subscriber. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Bye, guys.